Have you ever noticed something strange? Not long ago, earning $100,000 a year meant you had made it. It meant success, stability, the American dream. It was the number people believed would finally end financial stress. But today, millions of Americans are earning six figures and still feel trapped, still feel anxious, still feel like they're falling behind. How did a salary that once represented success start feeling ordinary? The answer is more unsettling than most people realize. For decades, people were told the formula was simple: work hard, get a good education, build a career, climb the ladder, reach six figures, and eventually life would become easier. Millions followed that formula. They sacrificed time, energy, sleep. Some even sacrificed their health. But while they were busy following the rules quietly changed. At first, the changes seemed harmless. Housing got a little more expensive. Healthcare got a little more expensive. Education got a little more expensive. Groceries got a little more expensive. Insurance got a little more expensive. Nothing dramatic. Nothing shocking, just small increases year after year after year. And that's exactly why most people never saw the problem coming, because financial pressure rarely arrives all at once. It creeps in slowly, quietly, patiently, until one day you wake up and realize something doesn't make sense anymore. You're earning more than ever before, yet you don't feel any safer than you did years ago. And this is where things get dangerous. Most people think wealth is about income, but wealth isn't measured by how much money you earn. It's measured by how much security that money creates. And here's what most people don't realize. The problem isn't that six figures became worthless. The problem is that the cost of feeling secure increased faster than incomes ever could. Imagine a 42-year-old father earning $100,000 a year. He has a good career, years of experience. He works hard, pays his bills, does everything society told him to do. On paper, he's successful. But then reality shows up. The mortgage payment arrives, the insurance bill arrives, the grocery bill arrives, the unexpected car repair arrives, and suddenly, the six-figure salary that once sounded impressive starts feeling surprisingly small. Not because he's irresponsible, and not because he's lazy, but because the cost of maintaining a normal life keeps rising while the feeling of financial stability keeps shrinking. And millions of people are experiencing the exact same thing. From the outside, they look successful. Inside, they're constantly calculating. Can I afford this? Should I wait another month? What happens if an emergency hits? What happens if I lose my job? What happens if something goes wrong? And that's the hidden cost nobody talks about, the stress. Because financial pressure isn't just about money, it's psychological. When people feel financially secure, they think about opportunities. They think about growth. They think about the future. But when people feel financially pressured, even at higher incomes, their thinking changes. They stop asking, how can I get ahead? And start asking, how do I avoid falling behind? That's a completely different mindset. And once that shift happens, the emotional weight becomes exhausting. That's why so many six-figure earners feel confused. They reach the number they were told would solve their problems. Yet many of those problems never disappeared. In some cases, new ones appeared. And that leads to an uncomfortable question. If $100,000 doesn't feel rich anymore, what does? Is it $150,000? $200,000? $300,000? Or does the target simply move every time someone gets closer? Because maybe the real problem isn't that people aren't earning enough. Maybe the real problem is that the definition of financial success keeps moving further away. People aren't chasing private jets. Most aren't chasing mansions. They're chasing peace of mind. They're chasing stability. They're chasing the feeling that one unexpected expense won't throw their lives into chaos. And for millions of Americans, that feeling seems harder to reach than ever. So maybe the lesson isn't that $100,000 is a bad salary. For many people, it's still a significant achievement. Maybe the lesson is that income alone no longer guarantees security. Because at the end of the day, people don't want a bigger number. They want a life that feels stable. And if a six-figure salary no longer provides that feeling, then maybe the question isn't why $100,000 doesn't feel rich anymore. Maybe the question is why financial security itself is starting to feel like a luxury. Or maybe the American dream didn't disappear. Maybe it simply became more expensive than most people ever expected.